right, so I am here in Windsor, Ontario for my first ever poker run, the Ultima Home Care Bikes and Bash poker run. It's a gorgeous Saturday morning. I'm really looking forward to getting to the starting point and seeing how this all works. So we'll check it in a minute.
So you're a Malden, you're at the Chicharo Club.
Yep.
Gonna go around here, go out to Malden Road.
Okay.
You're gonna go down, there's Snake Lane. You're gonna come all the way around, you're gonna ride into Amherstburg. Before you hit Amherstburg, you're gonna hit Texas Road.
Yep.
That's where the fort's gonna be. So you're gonna turn in, get to the fort, then you're gonna go back on this route. You're gonna then head over to Harrow to Yuri's Country Kitchen.
Okay.
I think that Yuri's Country Kitchen is actually probably closer to around here.
Yep.
And then you're gonna continue down along the lake. There's the Colchester Bar and Grill right here.
Okay.
Okay. Then you're gonna come up through Harrow, and this will actually take you right on to Walker Road. So you'll be coming straight down. You'll be going through a small town, McGregor.
Okay.
And then you'll end up coming down Walker Road and coming right in the Chicharo Club again.
Okay, well thanks,
Yeah.
man.
So we're here for the prize table. All sorts of goodies to give away.
Yep, so here you go. So first thing you have to do is you have to reach in and draw one card. If you draw two, you have to put them back.
Okay, so one card.
One card.
Yeah.
I got one.
Okay, there we go.
Here we go, and then I'll write that down for you.
Okay, so at each of the stops, you're going to stop to do that.
Okay.
And so you got the 7 of hearts for your first card. So you can't draw the 7 of hearts again.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So make sure you carry this with you, and then you're going to come back for your last card, and,
Yep.
then you're going to get a chance to see what you got. Have an option to buy 2 more. Okay, for
Very
$5 per card.
But you can only use the 5 best cards.
Yep.
Okay.
And then on the back, there's also a People's Choice Award for your ride.
Yep.
Best color, you
The
can
color
look
and
at all of
license
them.
Yep.
Write down the color and license plate.
Perfect.
There you go.
Awesome.
That's it.
All right, thanks.
Let me know where we are, what we're doing today, and anytime's a good start.
All right. So we're here doing a poker run for Assisted Living Southwestern Ontario. So Cam and I are from Vintage Road Racer, a group Cam set up a couple years back, and we're all about vintage antique bikes and just combining that passion for a good cause and an excuse to go for a ride on a nice day.
Very nice. Very good. So tell me a little bit about how you organized the poker rally and what gave you the idea to do a poker run out here in Windsor.
Well, that was funny. I called Steven one day and said, hey, we should do something. We should do an event. And basically came up with the idea of doing a poker run. And then we got in contact with Assisted Living Southwestern Ontario.
Yep.
And obviously Steven's business, Ultima Home Healthcare. And we thought we'd put the two together and do it for a cause, do it for charity. And after 2 months basically of planning, this is where we are today.
Awesome.
So,
and Cam, what do you ride?
I have a 2015 Honda 650, XR 650 here today.
Yep.
But I got a few vintage bikes at home too. So.
What are your vintage bikes? What are you driving?
Well, I've got a 74 Honda 550 that I built a few years ago. I've got an 83 1100F that I'm working on, and a 79 CBX, and a few others. There's a few is an understatement. He's got a barn full of bikes.
Very good. And Steve, how about yourself?
Today I'm riding a 78 Goldwing Custom.
Yep.
Doesn't look much like a Goldwing anymore. And I've got a 78...
Yeah, when I came in here, I didn't see a Goldwing.
I know.
That's sweet.
Yeah, and I got it's funny enough, another 78 CB 750 Cafe Racer. It's down with some electrical issues right now. And yeah, I got a couple little projects, an old Can-Am dirt bike and stuff like that. So yeah.
Well, very good. Thanks for letting me know that this was here, guys, and I'm looking forward to having a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks for coming out.
Thanks.
All right, man, you're good to go.
All right, so see, I'm new to this scene too with regards to the bikes, but I've always been like one of those guys where when we went bicycling from Toronto to Niagara Falls, I carried all the gear. So you name it, it's a common thing. So what I have here is on this side is it's a makeshift toolkit. So what I was told, everything that matches all these bolts is what you should have as part of your gear. Zip ties.
Okay.
Wire. Tape. This is just mainly fuses for your bike.
Okay.
Just in case.
Yep.
You have your sets of screwdrivers. Again, I kind of went overboard just to make sure I have two of everything. But your Spanish sets are your lifesavers.
Oh, wow.
So your sizes that matches each one.
Okay, yep.
Just in case there's any problems. Long screwdriver for the carbs. And of course ratchet sets, just, you know, if you don't have a spanner, you can use a ratchet set for some of the parts of it.
Yep.
And they mentioned you should have at least one multi-tool.
Okay.
My closest thing to a multi-tool is this. So I've got
it's a multi-tool, yeah.
Channel lock, wire grips, and of course one tool here just for all the hands.
So have you had breakdowns on the road that you've had to use this stuff for?
My first ride, I was with Steven, and yes, I didn't have the gear itself. So Steven is well aware, and I've pretty much taken part of what he told me to do. But yeah, I blew in a fuse. Steven was a lifesaver.
I don't have fuses with me.
At that trip. So he was able to bail me out. We were able to make it back and did some investigating. I didn't ground my fuse box. That's why I was fuses.
Yeah, no, that's something I wouldn't even have thought of.
But I believe the simplest term is that for a toolkit, sets of Phillips and a flathead, wire, zip ties, spanner sets, and fuses.
Now, where the bag, did you fab the bag or did you buy it?
I bought it. I got it.
Specific for that bike, or?
No, it's technically a hip holster.
Okay.
For a tack unit.
Really?
So you can actually put a sidearm in it.
Yep.
And it's got all the gear.
But no sidearms today?
No sidearm.
Okay. All right.
Got in the Philippines.
All right.
Yeah, but no sidearms at all. But yeah, I just retrofit it, wrapped it around the frame. And I figured at first, when I first rode with Steven, I had it on my pouch.
Yep.
But I just decided.
That looks good there.
Yeah.
All right, no, thanks for taking the time to show me that, man.
No problem.
Good luck on the poker rail.
Anytime.
Why don't you give me a bit of a rundown of your rig there, Steve? It's a great looking bike.
Thanks. So 78 Goldwing, not too stock. We painted the motor, blacked it out. This is actually off of Royal Enfield. So we cut the bottom off. I welded about 4-inch extensions on this to cover the frame and exposed wiring. And Matt, one of the vintage road racers, he did the body and paint. And then this is off a new Triumph Bonneville, and it just happened to fit perfectly. Snipped the back fender off, changed the handlebars, removed the front fender, which is fine unless it's raining. And so yeah, it's kind of a resto mod, I guess.
What do you keep? What do you keep in your go bag, your moto go bag?
What do I keep in my what?
Your go bag for tools.
Oh, I see. They're hidden under here.
Oh.
Got a little bit of everything. So mechanics wire, key, screwdrivers, key wrenches, definitely a couple of 10mm sockets.
Like it.
So a little bit of everything. You know, tape. So stuff that falls off we secured. Some fuses, some wiring. Yeah, the essentials.
Can you give me a bit of a rundown about your rig there?
So it's a 1984 CB450 SC, so an old Nighthawk 450. The engine's actually an 83 because the original engine in this baby ticked over 100,000 kilometers and she needs a rebuild.
Yep. You've got quite a bit of experience as far as adventure riding, Alistair. When we were talking a little bit earlier, what do you keep as far as essentials for your go bag there?
So everything. All of the like Honda appropriate parts. With the old Japanese bikes though, the big thing is that if a bolt breaks or something like that, you're not going to find the correct bolt because it's not going to be in metric, and like you're just not going to find it in Canada or the United States. So I typically bring not just some spare parts and tools and stuff, but also some of the main, you know, like the bolts for your starter engine, because those tend to snap if they get old. Something I ran into this last trip is I lost the chain adjuster bolts. They rattled themselves right out, so I had to actually go and try and find some of those. on the trip, and had I brought some of the many spares that I have at home, because I have like 3 of these frames in total,
Okay, yeah.
then that would have been smart. So it's a learning curve constantly.
So give me a rundown of some of your favorite trips that you've done.
I did a big one last year that was about 13,000 kilometers. I went from London, Ontario to Sedona, Arizona.
Oh, wow.
So kind of beelined it across the United States, and then from Sedona, Arizona, all across the southern United States to South Carolina, where I grew up, and then up the Blue Ridge Parkway back to Ontario. Well, we just finished another one down to Georgia and South Carolina. I took Chelsea for the first time. It's her first trip ever, and she still seems to want to get on the back of the bike with me, which the future of this bike is actually, she's going to end up being a dual sport bike.
Oh, wow.
With different front shocks and a rear wheel that I'll get spoked wheels and increase the height a little bit to put some more clearance on the bottom, and rework the exhaust like a scrambler so that it buys me an extra 3 or 4 inches. And then once that happens, I'll be really, really comfortable taking her off-road. Kind of like, more like what your bike would be capable of.
Yeah.
Where with this one, they're brilliant, they're bulletproof. It's an 80s Japanese bike, so it'll go forever.
Yep.
But you know, I'd still bottom out on an ill-placed tree trunk or something like that, which I don't have skid plates and stuff, so I'm gonna get all those mods done, and then who knows what BC will hold, because I'll be able to do anything then.
Sure, you'll get off the trouble out there. It was nice riding with you today. Thanks, man.
Fantastic.
So far.
All right.
Let's see what you get.
Yay.
There you go.
4.
Okay, so you stay at the pair of 7 King High. Do you want to?
I'm going to get the 50-50.
Are you?
Yep.
So you don't want to buy any
No, I'm
extra
good.
cards? Okay.
One of the great things that I learned today was that when you hang around people who share the same interests or similar passions as you may not know each other at the start of the event, but when the day is done, you feel like you've been riding together for years. I had a lot of fun at the Ultima Bikes and Bash Poker event, and I hope to attend it next year.
All right, so we just got back from the Ultima Bikes and Bash poker run. First poker run I've ever did. I had a blast.
Fantastic.
Met lots of great people. Definitely got the chance to see a lot of cool bikes, and kind of get a chance to talk a little bit about the culture around what people take with them as far as equipment, and some pretty neat stuff that they had out there, some great prizes. And I just want to say thanks to Andrew for having me come down and take part of that, man.
Absolutely, a great time, and I'm glad you came.
That was a lot of fun. We'll talk soon.